Zerkers? Maybe pick up the Zerks. I mean, that has a 21 strength, which is 50% better than the swordsman. And, I mean, we're all planning on building maybe a couple. But it's probably going to be enough to put us over the edge. We don't need to rush engineering because we have one composite bowman and we are going to use the ships. The next ship upgrades are where? Guilds over here, we get the improved galleys, so that's really far away. Yeah, I think the Zerks are actually going to be a pretty big win for us. Because I think we'll be able to build one in time to be relevant. If not two. I mean, shit, we can attack from the sea with them. Although, we're probably going to use the trireme. Alright, you're in place. Go ahead and chop that. Forge should produce the bonus to the mine and the iron. Yeah, I think so. Which will turn that into a 4-hammer tile, which isn't bad. It does suck that it doesn't have any sort of food or base production by itself, but it's, you know, it's at least going to be reasonable. You just fortify up there on the fish. Let small speed work the copper. Perhaps. Yeah, that's not a bad suggestion. So I just flipped the tile, so it's owned by small speed. I'm not manually assigning it. It is going to slow down Elliot Howen, although Elliot Howen's got some pretty decent tiles still. Droman just finished. If I build a sword, I would have to upgrade it to a berserker. Still might not be a bad idea. We might not upgrade it. I might just use it as is. Actually, you will build me the catapult. There we go. How many turns? 8 turns until metal casting. So what else are we going to build? I might sneak in another archer here. Or we might go ahead and build like one regular swordman. We probably won't be able to afford upgrading him to a berserker. But that would be okay. And actually, we might not even quite finish this tech. That might be if like the war goes on a little bit longer than I expected. We also might want to consider a bit more defensive units, but we'll see. Okay, Droman starts off with an upgrade. Plus 10% combat strength versus naval and land units, which is good. And another 10% against wounded units, which is fairly nice. Or just a flat 5% ranged combat strength, but 20% versus cities. I think I'm going to take the 20% versus cities thing, which I feel is, in general, a much weaker bonus, but we need to make sure to nuke Seoul down as quickly as possible, because we're going to be very, very time constrained. Well, we just want to make sure Seoul doesn't bombard us. It doesn't have a strength of 22, which is pretty good. It's got walls, which is part of what's going on there. Droman, wait, why did you stop? Did I tell you to move over here? All right. Small Speed now has really decent production, actually, because it's got 2 mines operational now. So it's actually tripled its productivity, which is great. I'm going to get the wheat hooked up now. Cargo ship. We are going to try to send you somewhere, ideally, a little bit safer. So not the Seoul or Busan, because we're going to start a war soon. Ify is probably safe. I mean, I could make small speed grow faster, but I don't think there's much point. I will send it to Ify. It's relatively safe. Clearly, we have to explore a little bit more going forward, and or get longer ranges. We'll get a little bit of money from this, and maybe spread our religion. Although it's still pretty rough. We have one actual follower of our religion in Niralosa, but it's growing faster than the religious growth right now. So, that's not particularly good. I think we really need to get... I still like the idea of saving for a great profit, but there is something to be said about getting a missionary and just, you know, expanding the religion a little sooner, earlier on. We'll see how it goes. Where did Quill get that Droman from? We just built it. We got it the hard way. We built it in Elliot Howen. And we're about to get a second Droman. And done. And so we're 6 turns to metal casting. Now, I'm not sure... Oh, it tells me the cost, 125 gold to upgrade. I'm not sure that we can get that, but because the Berserk is a direct upgrade from the Swordman, and they both use iron, it's possible the Swordman will change to the Berserk halfway through. These mechanics keep sort of changing depending on the mod and certain things. It might happen. In any case, I'm going to be happy getting one sword to defend our ranged units. And speaking of the ranged units, let's get them moving towards the front. I'm going to keep them 1 tile away from the border so that Kree doesn't get suspicious. There you go. More versus city bombardment. And you stay there. I think we're going to be able to hammer this pretty effectively. We're only going to have 2 melee units to start off with. Maybe a... well... even then, we could start now with just a trireme. It's got enough movement, it can stay outside of bombardment range. Actually, once the catapult gets there... I think as soon as the catapult gets in position, we might be tempted to start. Although that means we won't have a melee unit to defend with, so I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll probably wait. I'm happy I'm building the swordman, though. Can I improve our production here at all? No. Sort of capped. Okay, that's fine. Workboat? Yeah, it's probably time for another workboat. No, not yet. We've got both whales and the fish hooked up. So until we get more tiles, we don't need another workboat. Someone improved Eastern Orthodoxy. Okay, someone's entered the medieval era already. Which we could have done, but that tech is going pretty well. I'm really nervous. I'm happy that Seoul or Korea is so weak. But I'm a little bit nervous that clearly there's some people out there who are super strong. I mean, Carthage's score isn't that much higher than mine, although I'm padded by 2 wonders. They do have the great library, and that's going to help their tech as well, and they have the biggest army. Yeah, it's a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie. What's Droman? Where'd that... is that the path you're taking? Hang on. Yeah, we can do better than that. You just sit there for now. I think there may have been a unit in the way that blocked it and caused it to go around the long way. I think that's why it stopped its movement at some point, and then it started pathing in that sort of dumb style. Stay there. Borders of our capital have just grown. What's the tile? Okay, that's fine. If you want a really fun domination victory, try rushing up to ironclads later. They can literally one-shot smaller cities, anything with 20 strength or less. They don't even require any strategic resources. That's interesting. And what, in this mod, they don't require, not coal, not iron, nothing like that? I don't know what the ironclads are in this list. Right, they don't need anything, still. They do have strength 50. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. And it's certainly the map to do that sort of nonsense with. Alright, send some free hammers over to our capital. That'll get the catapult out a little bit sooner. Although I'm still a little bit leery about engaging without a melee unit to protect our ranged units here. But Seoul, I don't know if Seoul's got anything near it. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Actually, let me flip these two. Because the trireme doesn't have to get in melee range right from the start, so it can afford to sit a little further back. Everyone else just chill where you are. Catapult is done. So... well, I guess we're going to go accuracy for the bonus damage versus city. There is a lot to be said. Oh, it actually starts with cover 1. And say there's a lot to be said about stacking cover on your siege units so that they can survive fighting a city. But I think here we're going to appreciate the more damage is going to be fine. And that's interesting. Pathing? Oh, I guess it has to because there's ocean tiles here. All right, just make that move for now and then we'll get back to you. Catapult is done. And you know what, my capital? Let's just go and let's get a water. So I want to get the watermill first because the food and production is really good. There's a great worker of writing slot. Morale promotion. And you know what? Let's get the heroic epic in our capital. There's something to be said about just building another unit, though, to guarantee strength. Just to guarantee victory. You know what? Let me sneak out one more trireme as an extra way to pound the city. Because we've got lots of range, but it'll give us a backup if something crazy happens. We really want to make sure we can take the city successfully. It's going to be very important. Morny Alanti, thank you very much for the resub. And we got a great scientist. Ooh. Alright, adopt policy. Specialists in the capital have food. Gives us state treasury in our capital, which gives us merchant specialist slot, +2 gold, more great person rate. Or we can take the version that gives us progress towards a golden age every time we pop a great person. And we get a garden, a palace garden, which gives us, it gives us a work of writing slot right away. Okay, you know what? That's going to be nice. And the +2 culture for monuments and gardens. I mean, I could unlock the first level of authority, but I don't think that would give us much win. It does give us +5 production, or +5% production towards land units. Yeah, that's not helpful. Splendor. Do that, and that should mean that I can pop my great work of writing now.
To save the family, abandon a man. To save the village, abandon a family. To save the country, abandon a village. To save the soul, abandon the earth.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, my great scientist, I think, well, no, we really do want to just improve a ground tile. Now, because as far as I know, nothing in this game has a percentage modifier to the amount of science you get. So I don't think it really matters where we put our academies. So I think I might just put it over here in small speed. Unless we wanted to drop it on a forest, which will instantly chop the forest and give us production and rush that trireme. It would also be on a grassland tile. No, it would be a plains, never mind. Let's say a grasslands tile is nice because it gives you the 2 food, so whoever works that tile works itself. I think I am going to do this. How come it's not entering that tile? Oh, it's going to be crossing a river. Oh, and that will end it as well. Yeah, I think I like this. We don't want to save the soul. We want to conquer soul. Ah, funny. Funny. You just fortify up. You continue to advance in, I guess, to there. Yeah. Got no choice. That's the bottleneck. It'd be really nice when we can park across oceans later on, just for moving things faster, but can't complain that much. If that's within our borders, could we enter it? No. Okay. I wanted to save one movement to be able to embark in case we ran into a barbarian ship over here, which could still happen, but it seems pretty unlikely. You got the banana hooked up. Hooking up the spice is probably good. Getting more production will also be nice, but no, let's go ahead and hook up the spice. And everything nice. Good tile there. 5 food, 1 production, and a gold on top of that. We are still losing a little bit of dough right now, but that's alright. Metal casting in 1 turn. It'll be nice to see if the swordman changes to a berserk. I'm not sure that it will. And it's not the end of the world if it doesn't. Metal casting. What else we got? Oh, Circus Maximus, right? And the Colossus, which would be quite strong, but we're doing other things. Yeah, it didn't auto-change. That's alright. I think going up through philosophy first for the temples into education is going to be the strongest way to go at this point. If we can't do what we can with our current military units, well, it's just not going to happen. Alright, I think we're going to go and get in position here. He might panic a bit, and I wouldn't blame him if he did. I think we'll attack next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the academy here. It'll give us 45 production in our near city, which will bring us to 1 turn of completing the trireme, which is nice. And then we'll start working the heroic epic. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, we're still in the same turn. Next turn. Damn it. I think I'm just going to lie. I'm going to lie because you know what? I don't mind a bit of a reputation hit in exchange for making this starting war a little bit easier. We only know one other person that's going to be upset by our lie. Our units are merely passing through the area. Nothing to see here. We actually haven't even landed our catapult. Although, our catapult needs a turn to set up regardless. So, alright, let's go ahead and declare war. You have an allied city-state? Where's Mogadishu? Have we met Mogadishu? Oh, we haven't. Hey, this is actually going to discover Mogadishu for us. So, presumably it's far enough away that it's not going to be an issue. Alright, let's war. We have some deals and stuff. They have a trader out coming to me. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. So, where are you? Oh, you're hiding over there. Okay, that's fine. You should be non-relevant for this. I still have moves on that, right? Actually says I have 3 of 2 tiles left. So because my embark speed is so high and it only costs me 1 move to land, because I think I've got 4 moves on the sea. This is really funny. Like, That is like crazy attack speed. Which actually means, hold on. And this is not a hill, we checked earlier. I was able to go from here, embark, move, set up, and fire. I literally get 4 moves on the landing. Is that by design? Is that how it's supposed to work? That's crazy. Give me the city strength bonus on this guy. That's actually one of the nice advantages of getting an extra trireme, because our old one did not have that bonus. And bombard there. Bombard here. And I'm just going to put both these people on hills. We're going to construct a plantation here. And the trireme should probably stay out of action. Actually, I really wouldn't mind if you wasted a turn bombarding my trireme. I'm going to just sit here and not attack. We could always pillage. Do you heal when you pillage at sea? It's not a bug, it's just the Viking Fury. Next turn. Ah, and he did bombard my trireme. Because I think the AI's logic was, well, this is the only thing that can actually take the city, so I should do that. Ooh. Yeah, sure. 6. 5. 5! There we go. Now we're talking. No, now we're just back to being even. Bombard. Yeah, because we can't take the city this turn anyway. So I was just happy to soak an attack on a unit that doesn't have to be here. He can run away and heal up a bit. And we've got another trireme coming regardless. So you just sit back and heal. I think this trireme... So I think next turn we bombard... Because Soul's going to heal a bit. Next turn we'll bombard Soul down to about a third. This trireme will get to about here. And the turn after that, I think we take Soul. Oh! Moved out with its trireme. Which we probably need to kill. So, well, that will buy a bit of a turn. I'm going to use this Bowman, which has no bonus against city. That's not true. It does, actually. Let's pillage. Yeah, we're not doing that much. Okay, let's go ahead and finish it with something that can finish it. Oh, are you kidding me? Damn it. Alright, do that. That's fine. How many things? Oh, he's got a composite bowman. Yeah, that shakes things up. Pillage. Bombard the city. Actually, this might screw us up a fair bit. You wait there. He's actually hitting me for a lot of damage. Great Wall and Angkor Wat has been built. Great Wall actually won't be very annoying on this map, so that's nice. Alright, and we get a Golden Age in the middle of combat. I'm going to run away with the Archer. I'm assuming the city has a bombard range of 2. Because it's got walls, so I think that's true. God damn, that is... There's so many hit points on this goddamn city. Holy crap. Because I'm hitting it for, like, a good amount. It's like losing 23 there, and it barely does a thing. How many hit points does the city have? If I do this, I actually might be in a position where he can bombard plus composite bowman this trireme. So I'm actually just going to move it in and, again, hope to soak a shot. I think I'm going to go ahead and risk moving the drone forward and bombarding. It might mean this thing could get killed, but we still have to advance the city. Like, we're just going to have to take that chance at this point. We do have another swordman coming over, which will hopefully be able to help take the city. Okay. Barely survived. Now, there's no insta-heal promotion in this mod, but each one of these promotions does heal your unit a little bit. Now, I really don't want to lose a unit with 2 levels of promotion. But it's really tempting to sit there and bombard. Let's see exactly what happens. Okay, I'm going to take volley in this catapult. That's always another point of contention here. Oh yeah, we can see the exact health. You hover right over the bar. 350 hit points it had. Crazy. With your siege units, do you go up the accuracy tree or whatever as quickly as possible to unlock +1 range and logistics? Yes, it's very powerful, but right now, our concern is just trying to guarantee this city down. So I'm going to take volley at this point. For my later ones, I don't usually prioritize it much. But here, we're going to hit this for 37 damage, and it still, like, does not look like it does much. Bonus versus cities. You hit as well. We're very close. Tempted to sacrifice this unit. I don't think that that will bring it to within range where this trireme can kill it, though. So, but I think next turn we've got it. I'm just going to move back one tile so that it can't be shot this turn. Next turn I might move up and use it to help finish it off. I think Soul falls next turn, though, which is going to be good. We are going to build a farm here. One of the things that farms do have here is they get an extra +1 food for every 2 adjacent farms. So this one will get a better bonus because it's got 2 adjacent farms. Small speed will grow faster. We're going to be notified. Oh, we did finish this unit. I'm not going to take the city bonus. I don't think it's going to be relevant. I much prefer shock because it's always available for all unit fire, but I don't know. And you run into my territory just so you can heal up. Well, actually, again, we might just leave you here. So next turn you can actually move up and take a shot as well, just in case it comes up. So the trireme I don't think can be killed. And we do have a backup trireme, which I'm actually going to move forward over here. So I'm going to be okay with that. You just wait a turn. You can always pillage if need be. Swordman finished. It's definitely going to be time for us to build some other things here. In particular, the production rate's not bad. It is going to get some mines relatively soon, so I'm kind of thinking that it might be nice to get the forge. On the other hand, you know what? Let's just library up everywhere. Okay, you bombarded the catapult with both units, but did not kill it. That's very important. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave the catapult here. It's still going to do a decent amount of damage. And there, and there, and bombard 2. There we go. I think it's down to just 1 hit point. Yep. So we can take the city. Create a puppet. Soul is ours. We got Stonehenge, which is all. We did get the Mandir around, which is nice. We have a library and the granary. And, you know, could be worse. We got the capital of Seoul. Huge, huge boost to our situation. Great city. Fantastic city. We did commit a lot to take it. If we hadn't taken it, it would have been really bad. And we may be in a position to just continue this war. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to move some units near there. Obviously, we're going to have to wait a beat to heal a bit. But we're all right. This cargo ship. Oh, where are you going to go? You're going to go to near Losa to overcome some of our isolation unhappiness. We've got really no other paths available, so let's go ahead and do that. So this should, as soon as this refreshes, or maybe I have to open the city. Yeah, went from 2 happiness to 4 happiness from lifting the isolation. Plus our cities grow bigger, which means they will be better. Financially, we're not making huge amounts of money. Although we do have enough, we'll be able to upgrade this swordman to a berserker because it costs 125. Boo, boo, boo. Mandirs are great in cities with rivers. Gets them going before killing Confucianism. I don't see the river thing. Maybe there's something different with this mod. The Mandir gives us 5% more food, plus 2 faith. It's got a great work of music slot. It reduces unhappiness poverty, or it reduces unhappiness from poverty, so you don't have to make as much money in the city to offset that. Boosts pressure of a religious majority emanating from the city. And spies cannot assassinate great people or distribute unit production. And thank you very much. I will not forget to rename the city for once. Like, on the turn we get it and everything. And it was always confusing the puppeted cities because there's not an edit button, but apparently, and someone pointed this out, you can right-click on the city name to still rename it, even when it's a puppet. So that is really handy. Just loading up the subscriber list over here, and then I gotta randomize the list. Ah, come on. Randomize. Bob the Hun! Bob _ Hun is the name of this city. It was Seoul, but now I think it's got a bit more spirit. Yabushido, hey, thank you very much for the resub. Long-time viewer, long-time subscriber, 19 months. Seoul has been converted to another religion. Well, it already was another religion. Kind of a funny message, but all right. Oh, it'd be nice to steal these workers, but I don't think that's to be. We are going to need some more workers again soon. I think Elliot Hagen, we might, like, queue one up so I don't forget one. I think I'm going to do that, actually. As we are taking territory, we will need another worker. Let me put it in the queue so I don't forget you. Mad Adam first. Thank you very much for the resub. Cheers. That hurt me. Daxtron. Oh, I'm sorry. Puns can be painful. Let's Go and fortify until healed. You're already good. This is the free upgraded composite bowman we got from that goodie hut, which is great because we still don't have the tech for it. So always nice to get that. This is basically full. Can we go and... Yeah, that will kill, not capture, which is a little bit annoying. Get into friendly territory and heal up. Viking Dance Instructor subbed for 10 months in a row. Hey, what a great name for our game right now. You're a Techno Viking? All right, Levi Strauss, our great merchant. Now, I think there's a terrain improvement that we can put down, but I think the right thing to do is to send him on a trade mission. Bit risky, we are at war. I'm definitely not going to move towards Mogadishu. But I'm going to try to send a trade mission to Ife, which should give us a whole lot of cash, which is going to be really handy for us. Oh, the Swordman. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to upgrade him next turn. Droman, you can start to move in this general direction. Levi in 95 BC, thank God. Yeah, we need to get those blue jeans going so that we can convert culture or something. Oh, you can use a promotion. You know what? I'm going to take more city promotion. Although this city is going to be a lot weaker. It's got half the city strength and probably going to have half the hit points on top of that. So let's do that. Melee units are mostly used for city capture, and it's really nice later on. We might hit that sweet spot where, just like the Ironclad, or there were some other units we've seen before, where you get in a position where a single melee unit or two can take a city by itself, and it's really nice to do that. Whereas my Dromans, or my ranged units later on, the ranged ships, will focus primarily on killing other naval units. Okay, that iron is hooked up, which is great. Hooking up that farm would be good, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a worker down here right away to unpillage this territory, because repairing tiles is very quick. Let's upgrade you to a Berserker for 125 gold, dramatically increasing your combat strength. Oh, you got horse archers. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to hang out here. That's okay. Rage Quit Gamers, thank you very much for subscribing. Alright, Courthouse is going to be good when we decide to annex these cities. And we do unlock the temple as well, which is nice. School of Philosophy, you can build it anywhere as long as you got a library in the city already. It's sort of the replacement for the National College. It does not give you a percentage boost to your overall science. It gives you a percentage of the population in science. So you just want it in your biggest city. But you don't need to worry about stacking academies and whatnot. I'm a little scared about dropping this crossbow right now. I think I can probably go here safely. He could, he could move forward and bombard me, but he can't bombard me as is. I'll go ahead and take the kill on the worker, I guess. No, but we could just capture the worker later if it's still in the city. Yeah, let's just wait there. Swing the Droman over this way. Just trying to get as many people in range as possible. The other Droman is heavily injured, and yeah, we don't really have the strength that we need to take the city as is, and we don't have tiles over here that we can heal from, so we're mostly just going to sit around and wait a bit longer. We could consider piecing out. It's an idea. Okay, it's not time. We got to wait X number of turns since taking the last city before we can piece out. It's an idea though. We could consider that, but I think we'll probably just end up taking more territory. If I go here, no, I can be bombarded, so let's just wait. Same thing here. We'll just keep sort of scooting about. Scooting about. I think I will land here. Get a little bit of vision going on. And land behind as well. Just sit there for now. That's going to be okay. I guess you could fortify up in case someone decides to come after you. Alright, so we're going to run this mission. We're going to get 787 gold. Boom. Really happy about that. We're going to put it to good use. I could use it to rush some buildings, which is something to consider. Or simply purchase some workers, which I actually kind of like the idea of. You know what? I think that would be the best use of our money. So I'm going to get my capital to get started on... Watermill is good, but Temple, yeah, we want to get the Faith Engine running a little sooner here. Let me go and buy a worker here. Do we want to buy maybe another Droman? We can get a lot of bombard going on Busan. You know what? I like it, assuming we can afford it. Excellent. And I can't buy a worker right now because I just did that. I could buy one in the capital. It's a little not exactly where I want the worker to be. Let's save the rest of the money for emergencies and things. Plus, we're technically losing a little bit of cash. I'm going to take the bonus against land units here rather than city bombardment on this Droman. Oh, and he can't move this turn. Because I mostly want my ranged ships to be good at killing other ships, so that we can control the seas. Alright, this trireme is just going to bounce over to the other side, and then just sort of stay out of bombardment range here. And there. Is it time to move on the city? It actually almost is. We might be able to take it as is. Alright, the Droman's got fast... Oh, that's a lot of... That's a lot of bombard. Horse Archer plus Droman plus the city itself. No, I'm going to wait for critical mass. Last thing I want to do is stupidly just throw away a unit for no good goddamn reason. So we're not going to do that. I think I'm going to automate the workers. I don't know. Maybe not.